Welcome to another day of growth with Moses.
Create educational content. If you're looking for that insight, that thing that can help you to take your brand to another level, take your company to another level, content creation is the game. Now, from my own observation, from my own words, I believe that the content that you share with the world is a subconscious training that you are offering to the people that have not even given you permission. It's like a training you're giving to them to think about you. What you say online, what you say through content gives people a picture of how they should perceive you, how they should think about you. When I was preparing this insight, I landed on a statement by a gentleman called Jonathan Perelman, the former VP of BuzzFeed. He says a statement that is quite common, that content is king, but distribution is queen, and she wears the pants. So content is king, but distribution is the queen. So when we talk about content, we are talking about the videos, we are talking about podcasts, we are talking about online YouTube shows, we are talking about webinars. But the queen of this entire thing is distribution. When we say distribution, we are talking about how your content is distributed. When you search online, you're going to notice it has been confirmed that the second largest search engine after Google is YouTube. My question is, when people search you on YouTube, what do they find? Chances are very high that even you no longer watch TV, but you watch stuff on YouTube. So if you are a business owner, a founder, or you're on a mission to grow a brand, to grow a company, create educational content as much as possible. I'm not saying create sales content as much as possible, but create. Because the time that we are in, sales and marketing is a game of connection. When you do that advert selling your products, someone wants to look at it once and they don't want to repeat it. But when you do sales content, you're promising transformation. Man, this is extremely very simple, especially for people that are in B2B, especially people that are selling services. If you know that you are a lawyer and you're on a mission to grow a good law firm, a medical practitioner, and you want to grow your medical practice well, your theories have said that doctors and lawyers are not supposed to advertise, but none of your theories is saying that doctors are not supposed to share helpful content. So as a lawyer, go ahead and create bits of content about the legal problems that you respond to. I followed barefoot lawyers in Uganda, and these guys were sharing insights, and whosoever was sharing was just a member of the team. They were just picking common random questions people are asking, legal questions from the common man, and they had an answer for it. Many of these were basic questions, but I kept on scrolling and scrolling, and they resonated. So if you tell me to think of a legal practitioner that I can identify with, I'm going to identify with Barefoot Law, because I've been learning from them. It doesn't take away the fact that there are other channels of client acquisition. You can still bid, you can still get a referral, you can still do email marketing. Yes, that is good stuff. But the insight that I want to share with you, it is an insight that is in line with the times that we are living in. For somehow things just turned. Years ago, people depended on TV to receive information. Years ago, people depended on radio. People depended, the corporates depended on newspapers. But something just happened in the recent years that internet data became extremely affordable. Like internet became like a human right. Everyone must have internet. Years ago, smartphones were very expensive, but today it is like a right to have a smartphone. Even kids have smartphones. So for some reason, the times that we are living in have given every person the mandate to check and watch what they have. So my question to you, as a business developer, as a business lead, as a company lead, as a person who is yearning to take your company to another level, my question is simple. What content do you have online? What conversations have you put out there? How are you helping people? Because there are things that I do as Moses. We'll take care of your social media marketing and stuff like that. We can do we can do amazing videos at Price Media. We can do all this amazing stuff at Price Media. But I noticed that the only way I can try to help you is to use the data that I'm seeing. I recently dropped a video, and in 2 days I found 1.6K on one video on a channel that I had doubts in. Like, why? The 1.6K people. So I'm like, if you cannot do business with me now. If you can't buy, I just want to help you. I just want to share some of these insights. There is a reason why I have had to go through. There is a reason why my first breakthrough in my career was in magazines, and I was working in a business magazine, and I had lots of conversations with top entrepreneurs. You know, there is a reason why I've had to trace my history from advertising agencies, marketing agencies. There is a reason why. There's a reason why I've been reading this entire thing. So I'm not going to wait for another person to give me a job or a contract. I just want to be in the comfort of our own studio here. Is that I want to share some content, because I believe easiest way I can help you is to share some of these things. And many of the things I'm doing, you know, many of the things I'm sharing with you are things that you can actually do to improve your business. There are things that don't even require me. When I tell you that one of the strategies that is going to transform your business is to adopt cold calling, and I'm going to tell you that, you know, every day make sure that your target is to make 25 phone calls. Within 10 days, you would have made 250 phone calls. That's the thing you can do, but you needed someone to tell you. So I just want to be the voice that speaks things that are doable. When I say that embrace cold calling, cold emailing as a thing, I mean, you're going to just jump on that. The key thing in this place is not to sell. The key thing is to help. If you know that you're stuck and you want to get into content creation, I mean, you can always reach out at Price Media. We will do the job, you know? So if you are running a business, the reason why I have the passion for business is that business is a force for good. Like, there is a lot of frustration when businesses are under attack. You know, when COVID entered in and we were shut down and business was scrambled, like, you noticed salary cuts, you noticed how companies, I mean, people went into utter frustration because business was under attack. So I speak many of these things from a place of depth, from a place of consideration, because when a business is made better, there are lives that are preserved, there are livelihoods, there are kids that get an education because a certain business is performing well. So my insight away from that, away from the diverting, is my key insight for today, that if you run a business, if you're on a mission to build a great company, create educational content. The quote I started with is content is king, but distribution is what? Is king. So create content. Content is king, especially if it is great content. Search deep from within you and ask yourself, how can I help my target audience by sharing valuable information? And 2, let's get to the part of distribution. How can I distribute it well? That is why we are living at a time where we are actually more blessed than the people that lived 20 years ago. Previously, for you to do a video, you needed to pay some serious sums of money to a TV. But today, with your phone, with a basic camera, you can create a video, and after 1 week, you're going to find 10K. The idea is create the content as the 10K, a part of the people that are watching you. That is where your next client is actually going to be. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on another day of Growth with Moses. If you would like access to more episodes, please subscribe to this channel. And if you enjoyed this episode, help us share and spread word about it. Till next time, we meet again on another day of Growth with Moses.